Well, this thing's been blowing up overnight, hasn't it? It is Tuesday, July 2nd, by the way, of 2024, in case you didn't know. Well, after that lovely Supreme Court ruling yesterday, people went absolutely batshit. And as a guy, I reposted his video. Go back to my reposts and look. It should be the first one of a guy who explains it in more detail so you can understand what exactly that Supreme Court ruling means, and not to go off the fucking rails like the left does. You went off the rails on this without fucking thinking. All you did was fucking repeat what somebody else said, and now you're running with it. It is not the end of democracy. It is not making presidents kings. It is not just for Donald Trump, this decision. You can go all the way back to Clinton and the crimes that they committed while being a president. Okay? So they now have immunity because of it, because of this ruling. And no, a president can't walk out in the middle of the fucking street, shoot somebody, and not have any repercussions for it because he will deem it as an official act. It's not an official act. It's not an official act if he sends the National Guard out to wipe people out. I mean, what are you people thinking? Also, the whole thing with Harry, I just wanted to get to that. Harry said some stupid shit on X, and then he got the response was expect a visit, and he feels like he was threatened. First of all, no, you weren't threatened. You threatened you imposed a threat that President Biden will go out and kill fucking Trump or anybody else who's his political rival, or any other president for that matter. So the Trump campaign manager said expect a visit. That's going to be from the FBI or the Secret Service, which probably isn't going to happen. It's just an unveiled threat. If it actually happened, I'd be in fucking shock. But you have to understand that this kid doesn't think for himself. He's paid by Pallet Management, who is funded by the DNC. Okay, we have the receipts. We know how much he's getting paid, and he is going off what they tell him to post. Okay, so he's blindly doing stupid shit like this. But now that Biden is trailing so badly, and they had these kids, they were paying these kids to try and get the younger vote up because, you know, they get their message out, you get the vote for Biden. Well, it's not working. And after Thursday, it's gone horribly wrong. So now the DNC and Pallet Management have no use for these kids anymore. So how do we get rid of them? You can't just cut off their money. Oh, why would we do that? Now, the DNC and its fucking utter wisdom, which to me is a bunch of vindictive bitches, they gave Harry that thing to say on X. And he posted it. And now the repercussions are happening, which never happens to Harry. Like I said, it's probably not going to happen, but let's say it does. And he gets arrested for making threats to a presidential candidate and a former president. Okay, let's just say that happens. That tells me that the DNC is now feeding these people information to make sure that they shut them up and they don't have to pay them anymore. You are now no longer useful to the Democratic Party. You've been used, and now we don't need you anymore. And this is how we're going to get rid of you without you being wise to it. It's a far out conspiracy theory. It's way, because I was thinking about this last night going, they're telling him everything that he should post or make a video of or anything else. And now that there might be repercussions, this is how the DNC and Pallet Management gets rid of Harry. We don't need your services anymore. And because you did such a bad job, now we're going to get you in trouble for it. It's way out there. Trust me. There's no basis of this at all. But it would be funny if that's what they were doing. Because that's the shit that flies in my head. It's... How do you get rid of people without telling them, like, you're fired? Well, this might be the one way to do it. I don't think there's going to be any repercussions from this. What are you doing? Freaking dog. Sounds like a cat with a hairball. So I don't think anything's going to happen to Harry. I think he's just going to keep posting and posting and posting and getting paid until the day when and if Trump takes office. Because then they'll really have no use for him. None whatsoever. They'll hang him out and all his cronies out to dry faster than fucking the washwoman putting it out on the line. If that made any fucking sense whatsoever. Either way, this kid's usefulness is gone. Okay? They're looking to get rid of him. Without actually telling him that you're fired. Meanwhile, it was them who was feeding him the whole time. So, everybody's all mad about these fucking Supreme Court fucking decisions. You're all mad, but it's not really changing anything. Nothing has changed. Nothing. Your everyday life, nothing has changed. You want to get on the abortion thing? I'm going to tell you right now, this is what it should have been, a state issue. If you don't like the way your state is handling the abortion bills or laws or whatever, you vote for the person who does. The problem is you can't be a one-issue voter because that doesn't work. I mean, this might be a little bit of a rant and rave and whatever, but this will pass like everything else. Everybody will get past that fucking hysteria, and life will go on. So, you all have a good day, and booyah.